Okay, so welcome back to another installment of the shows I watched as a kid series. This time we're going back to the Sprout channel after almost a 2-year silence, and it feels way more than 2 years when you think about it. Anyway, let's get started. But before we get into all that, be sure to like and subscribe, share this with your friends, check out the shop hole, my DMR, and my Twitter. All the links are in the description. Anyway, let's start the video now. So, the first show I'll be discussing in this video, it kind of rhymed, is called Dive Ollie Dive. So, you probably never heard of this, so let me talk, and then you might remember. Like, it's kind of like the most mundane show you can ever think of, like, where, like, you probably did watch it, but at the same time, you probably didn't watch it, and you only have to do some, like, digging to, like, yeah, recollecting the figure if you actually did or not. So, Dive Ollie Dive was a show about two talking submarines named Ollie and Beth. The two are submarines in training because, like, you need to make everything talk nowadays. There's this one like children's book series where like a freaking like bicycle can talk and move and stuff, and it has a face on the basket. That's so weird. Yeah, so basically, Ollie and Beth get special tasks assigned for them to do in every episode. Now, the show also focuses on teaching kids about ocean life, but I think, like, shows like Octonauts or Wildcrats, like, they're better in my opinion, because with Wildcrats, you get, like, creature power suits, and the Octonauts, it was, like, very fun, because all the characters could, like, talk, and they were all nice, Surprisingly, the show premiered in 2005, and it's still somehow airing episodes to this very day. I mean, technically, this information may not be correct as I'm getting this off of an IMDb page and not a Wikipedia article, but the thought of it, like, still going on, like, for, like, over, like, 15 years, like, still baffles me. And that's kind of all there is to Dive Ollie Dive. Not bad, it's pretty solid, so I give it a 4 out of 5. Okay, now up next show is called Just in Time. Not just in time, it's Justin, like Justin Bieber. That's such a stupid comparison. What are we talking? Is Justin Bieber even relevant nowadays? I don't keep up with times. So this is a show about a boy named Justin. I'm thinking about the Justin Bieber joke again. Who has trouble, like, learning stuff, like with teamwork, sharing, etc. Because he's a freaking brat, and so to combat this, he gets transported to a certain location and era in time to help him learn those things, such as, like, Australia in the 1800s, Japan in the 1700s, California in the 1920s, and the dinosaur ages. Yeah, it goes that far back, oh my god. I've always thought the name Just in Time meant that Justin always learned something before his parents would know that he was randomly missing, so he learns a lesson and then gets brought back to the present just in time for dinner or something. But it's not. It's actually a play on Back in Time, but with the name Justin. Like just in, like, like back in time, like just in time. Because like time is in like time is in like time period. It's freaking lame. Why didn't they go with like back just in time? Because like that's literally like what the plot of the show was. Like yeah, both of them. But being back just in time for dinner is like perfect because it works better for the narrative. Whatever. The original plan for the show was to actually have Justin use a time machine to travel to the past instead of randomly disappearing, but I guess they thought it was too generic, so they changed it to like, just like him just disappearing for some odd reason. Yeah, yeah. When you listen to all this, the show kind of sounds like pretty lame, and it kind of is, like let's see. One of the major characters of the show was a girl named Olive, a teenage girl who was coincidentally in the same time period and exact location that Justin was in. What are the odds? I never really knew that Justin and Olive were like completely different ages. I just assumed that they were both just like the same age because they look similar in height and stuff. Apparently 2 seasons of this freaking show wasn't enough because Netflix decided to semi-reboot the show under the new name of Just in Time Go. Because apparently one word makes a huge difference. I never watched this show yet, as it came way too late for me to be interested in the show anymore. So, yeah. Overall, while the show does teach good morals from time to time, as a kid I always kind of felt bored while watching it. I give it a 4 out of 5, but to be honest, I really think it deserves a 3 out of 5. This is the kind of show where like it's like so mundane. When you don't have anything else to watch, you just do this out of like just because you're bored. It's not really that good. It's probably like my least favorite out of all the Sprout shows that I'm talking about. Okay, the next show I'll be talking about is Astro Blast. So you probably have heard of this one. Astro Blast was a show about 6 humanoid animals. Not like completely humanoid. They were just like in like kind of like short ones. You know? Yeah, you get a picture. Named Comet, Haley, Sputnik, Raider, Jet, and Sal, who live on this gigantic space station in outer space, complete with a public smoothie bar to other people, to serve to other people in outer space called the Frosty Star. The show was produced by Scholastic Media and Soup to Nuts. I remember back when Astro Blast first came out, I was in kindergarten at the time, and one time I found a flyer for the show and signed by Cubby, which is what got me into watching the show. Yeah. I don't know why, but also in that moment I also thought that like I couldn't put my stuff in that because I thought it was like reserved for something else, but then it was like, oh, okay, I guess, yeah. Yeah. This show was also the last show to be produced by Soup to Nuts before the company closed down. Leaving a moment of silence for our fallen friend. Anyway, this show wasn't really all that bad. It's kind of like Arthur, but like with less characters, and it takes place in outer space. And it does teach us some good morals from time to time. I'd say it does it even better than like freaking Just in Time. So Astro Blast gets a 5 out of 5. So the next show is called Olive the Ostrich. It's a show about this ostrich named Olive, whose neck is like ridiculously long. I mean, she can like it's kind of like long in the fact that like she can extend it, not that it's already long. It's like the average ostrich size, but she can stretch it. Yeah, so long in fact that she can literally stick her head like far underground. They can pop out literally on the other side of the earth. It's gonna be like a world record or something. You know, like Jesus. Whenever she pops her head up somewhere, she immediately begins helping the nearest person that needs assistance with something, and Olive acts as like a buddy to them. That's kind of God. That's all you need to know about the show. This show, while the plot isn't great by any standards, it's not bad. It's definitely better than Just in Time, if you know what I'm saying. So we get a 4 out of 5. And the last show for today, is called Kipper. Now, like Kipper is in like like the British name for fish. No, Kipper is in like Kipper the dog. So Kipper was a show about just talking dog named Kipper. And yeah, who tackles, like everyday adventures with his other animal friends. It's only animals, no humans. Humans are strictly forbidden in this universe. The thing with Kipper is that it felt like very calm, like while there were some like action moments in like some of the episodes, most of the time it was like, very chill, Sometimes the show would not have any characters speak in the scene, and just have like the background music play while the characters move around. It felt like you didn't even have to watch the show. You could just like, right as you're about to go to sleep, you just like pop out an audio recording of the episode, and you can just like go to sleep, listen to it. It's like a podcast, I found this show to be like very endearing to me as a child, with its like like chill atmosphere and like calm like characters and stuff. I guess my only problem with it is that the background is mostly just like white freaking canvas, and like and sometimes it sprinkles in some trees and like grass and stuff from time to time, but most of the time it's just like characters walking on like a blank backdrop, and I don't really like that. It doesn't add variety to it. The only color in it is just like with the characters and stuff. It's kind of lame when you think about it. Kipper is actually better than I remember when I looked back on it for this video. I give the show a 5 out of 5. Pretty good. And that's all the shows for today. In the next video, I will be talking about this one craft show called Noodle and Doodle. Hope you all will enjoy when it comes out. It's in like 3 days, so I don't really think you have to wait that long. So thank you guys for watching this video. Be sure to like and subscribe, and check out my shop hole, as well as checking out my demon art and my Twitter. Links are in the description. I also want you to share this with your friends, and by doing those 3 things, help me a lot to reach 1,000 subscribers. And I will see you guys next time.